First video on a brand new playlist. I'm going to start to do some videos for consultants as well. I see that they're pretty successful on YouTube, and not only that, but I find myself using them quite often myself and checking out other people's resources on YouTube, and I find a lot of good ideas on there. So if I can help some consultants and help my own team members and have an easier reference to send my team when questions are asked and when new people join, and just to have better success for those people right from the get-go, then that's something that I definitely want to do. So to start this playlist, I'm going to be doing these do-it-yourself Scentsy product sheet bags. They're a cute little way to package your orders. These specific ones will hold 3 bars in them, or other similar sized Scentsy items depending on what you're packaging. And it just kind of gives your order the Scentsy feel, cheap and easy way. And it's also a good way to recycle your product sheets if you have old or retired ones that you want to make use of. There's a couple of different cute bag ideas with Scentsy business supplies that you can make. So I hope to do a video to show a couple different kinds, but we're going to start with the most easy and straightforward, which is just the product sheet one. It's the cheapest and the most turned to Scentsy item, I would say. And it holds just the standard 3-pack. So when we get into the next videos, which I'll put the link in the description when they're created, we're going to be doing bags that hold more items, like, say, better product packaging for 6-packs and stuff like that, because you can't fit 6 bars in here. It would just be max your 3 bars and maybe a business card and a few samples or something like that. I personally, as you can see, staple my business card and my samples on the outside just to decorate the bag a little bit more. So now we can get started. These specific bags are pretty simple and straightforward, and they don't really require many materials to create. So all you'll need is obviously the product sheet. You'll want to have probably a set of the printout labels with your information on it so that you can direct customers to order again. Tape, a pair of scissors, and it would be ideal to have a hole punch, but right now I don't have a hole punch on me, so I've been making do and just using a knife. So if you don't have a hole punch, then you can just do the same thing as what I'm doing. It might not come out as fancy in the end, but it works until you can get your hands on a hole punch. And then lastly, you want to have some type of ribbon so that you can close the bag shut, and just for decoration purposes. But the ribbon's going to be what actually closes your bag. So now we can get into how we actually make the Scentsy bag. There's 2 different sides on our product sheet. The one side that displays all of our full-sized warmers and the diffusers. And then on the back, you'll see the nightlight, or now referred to as $24 warmers. Our other products here, warmer accessories, cleaners, and laundry supplies, skin and groom, and the kids stuff here. And then there's also a list of our fragrances at the bottom. So if you have somebody who has never tried the Scentsy Kids line or the Scentsy Laundry line, and you kind of want to point that out to them with their order, then you can choose to decorate your bag with this side, or you can choose to decorate your bag with this side. I've mostly been using this side lately. I made 2 bags with this layout, but I just personally prefer this one because it has the more visual filling, I guess. On this side, there's a couple breakups and things like that. The scents aren't as noticeable, and it would just kind of look like a bag with writing. But if you did the right folding and stuff like that, it still does look nice to have the options of our products on the side. And it will still close up to be a nice decorative bag in the end. So again, you choose what side you want to showcase on the outside. And obviously, whatever side you want to have showing, you're going to want to have flipped downwards. First, you're going to want to fold your product sheet in half from both ends. So when you're finished, it's going to look like this, completely flipped around. And you're also going to want to overlap the bag just a tad so that it doesn't break open. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. You want to overlap it just a tiny bit so that when you put it together and when you start to add product, it's not going to rip open. And you want it to just be sturdy and nice looking. So once you have your bag folded, and overlapped, you're going to want to tape it. I like to put tape along the entire seam so that I know the bag's sturdy. There. So once you have it taped and closed shut, this is what it'll look like. And then what you want to do is you want to take about an inch on the edges and you want to fold them. And you do want to make sure that you have a really nice crease there because that's what you're going to be using for your reference on the next fold. So I like to pin it right down. And sometimes flip it over and do it the other way. And then you're going to have this. So the easiest way to do this is to just open it back up and take your two fingers along both sides like this and push down. And you just want to fold where you made that crease in like this. So you have a little portion inside. And then fold down. And do the same thing on the other side. So again, you just want to take where you're going to have this crease in the middle, push in. And you can already start to see how the bag shape is going to form. So at this point you have your bag outline, I guess we can call it. And so we just want to close up the bottom. Obviously you want to make sure that your bag's upright and that you're doing this to the correct end. So to close this, you just want to picture it as if it's a Christmas gift, I guess you could say. First, you want to create your outer rim to use. So it's the same idea as with the sides. You just want to fold once and make sure it's down really sturdy at the bottom. And then you want to fold a second time to create your reference crease. So at this point, you're going to have your 2 folds. And then what you're going to want to do is reopen those. And as you can see, you have your 2 fold lines. So at this point, you're going to want to make a flap like so. And like I said, you're just going to want to picture that this is like a Christmas gift. We've all wrapped Christmas gifts. So, I don't know, I want to make it easy for you to see what I'm doing. You want to find the first reference crease in here, and then you want to fold this corner in so that it reaches that line. And then the same with the other side, of course. And then once you have it folded down like a present on one side, you can see how it looks in here. You're going to want to do it on the flip end, of course. At this point, you're going to have like a little mouth flap, and you're going to want to flip it all the way over to give yourself another crease, or it's basically the same crease, but you're going to want to redo that crease with your present folds, I call them. And then what you're going to want to do is you take the back and you flip it in, and fold it. And then you do the same with the top end. And then you are going to take your sides and kind of fluff them to make it flat. And then you're just going to want to put this in like so, and like so, so that your bottom is closed. And then of course you're going to want to tape it. My tape is falling off of the roll. And you're going to want to tuck your corners in and tape them up nicely. And I also like to go inside the bag just to make sure that the bottom is flat and sturdy, and that your tape is pressing directly on the other side. So once you're done taping the bottom shut, nice and secure, your bag's going to be kind of wobbly. So what you want to do to make it sturdy bag shape is you want to take the bottom and fluff it out like a bag, and you want to find your creases that you made, and you want to refold those to make a bottom. So once you've refolded it, you can kind of flip your edges out and make it more proper bag shape and sturdy standing up. And then your next step is to make the bag top pretty. So if you have those scissors that make the shapes, those are ideal. But since I don't have any of those at the moment, I'm just going to make a pretty design with my regular scissors. So I'm just cutting a nice little wave. And when you're done, it'll come out like this. So we have our bag shape. Now we just need to close it and put some product in it. So I'm going to grab a couple bars here. And we're just going to put them inside. So let me find the front. And then we need our holes. So when I make my holes, I make sure that I close the bag tight. And you want to make your holes down as close to the bars as possible so that it's a tight and secure tie. And where I'm using a knife and not a hole punch, it's even more important to make sure that it's down low so that your bag doesn't tear. So you're just going to want to be very careful and poke your small hole through. And then another one on the other end. So you'll have your two holes right here. You can't really see them in the video, but I just poked the two holes that go through both ends. And a lot of the time you'll have ribbon that has wire in it that helps you kind of guide it through the hole. But the ribbon that I'm using for this particular bag doesn't have the wire. So what I do is I just wrap the ribbon around my scissor end. And put it through. And you'll see that it pokes out this end here. And then you just grab the ribbon, pull it through. And do the same on the other side. So you've got your ribbon pulled through both ends now. And you want to pull it all the way. And this is what the back will look like. And then I just like to flip it around in the front and size out my ribbon. You don't want your bow to be too big, so you're just going to do this, see how much room you need. And then again, make sure that it's closed nice. And then we're going to tie. your bow. And then cut. And so there you have your basic bag. But you don't want to leave your bag plain. So what I do is you're going to have your printout labels that I had mentioned at the beginning that have your information on them. Mine just have my phone number, my website, and my business name. And I usually put these right here on the back end, depending on which end I used as the front. I like to put it right here over some of this writing so that you're not blocking any of the actual visual. And then flip it over. And I also have some personalized business stickers for my business that I like to throw on there. As you can see on this one in the back here, it just has the "Thank you for choosing Shizz Scentsational Scentsy" on it. So I'll throw one of those on. And if you have any rub and sniff stickers that you want to utilize, there's some free space usually right here in the front. Stick that on there, make it look more scentsy. And then, like I mentioned, I'll just usually take a business card and a sample. And I just have my apple s'more sample, and you can see how I make these cute little do-it-yourself labels on my channel, and I will also leave a link to that in the description. So what I do is I just usually position the label and the sample so that it looks nice, so that you can see that it's apple s'mores and see the actual sample. And then I just lay it on my business card like this. And then you're going to want to take the baggie and only use one side, as you can see here. One end of the opening so that they can still get the bag open. I know there's a glare in the video, so it's hard to see. And then you're just going to want to find an area on your business card that won't be affected by a staple. I just have my stapler here. You could use tape or however you want to attach the sample. And then I just staple it on like that. So what I have here is my business card with the attached sample. So then up here, where it has our little glows when lit area, or when I use it on the reverse end, you have this area here to use. So I just, again, take one end of the bag so that the bag can still be open. And I will staple the business card and the sample to the bag. So there you have your bag with your sample and your stickers, and it has your customer's order inside. It's all wrapped up nice. It showcases Scentsy on the outside, and it also will have all the information that your customers need to reorder when it's time. So I hope this helped you guys, and if you found use in this video, make sure to share with your downline, and also let me know in the comments how you made out with making your own bags. And like I said, check out in the description for the links for the resources mentioned, and also for the link to the other types of Scentsy bags that I'm going to be making.